Of course, Eid is basically the celebration of ending Ramadan, and it was my first time going to any Islamic event since I reverted to Islam back in December. Just a little bit for those who are new to my channel. I'm an American convert, whichever one you want to call it, and I converted to Islam back in December of 2016. So just about everything is new to me, and today I'm going to talk about my first time attending Eid. So this year Ramadan began on May 27th, and it went for 29 days where Muslims across the world fasted, and it ended on June 24th. So Eid is basically just the celebration of ending the fast. So one of the questions that I was curious about was how does it go with knowing when Ramadan, which is of course the fasting period, whether or not it's 29 or 30 days, and don't quote me on anything, but my understanding is that of course it has to do with seeing the new moon crescent in Saudi Arabia. At least that's how we went by it here where I live, and that's how we ended up having 29 days this year, because the new moon crescent, I don't know if they say the new crescent moon or the new moon crescent, anyway, that was seen, and that ended Ramadan. So the next day was of course Eid, which is what we celebrated today. The first thing, of course, for me when my husband said, oh, it's time for Eid, was what do I wear and what happens and where, all those types of things. So I initially thought we were going to have it at the masjid, the mosque, but because our mosque is pretty small, when I say our, I really should say my husband's, because it will be ours at some point, because I mentioned in a different video that although I have, converted to Islam, I have not been to the mosque. I pray at home with my husband right now. So I think I felt a little bit intimidated by, just doing things correctly and feeling comfortable, because everything is so separated. The women go one way and the men go another. I still feel a little bit like, am I doing everything right? So this was my first event where I was actually fellowshipping with other Muslims. So to my surprise, Eid was it was a really quick, fast prayer. The first thing was that I've heard about, my husband is from Ghana. He was saying how it was always a big thing growing up to get new outfits for Eid, and